suffering. No, I'm just joking. I think there's like a famous meme where the guy turns on the camera and says that. But no, I just want to hang out with you guys. See what you guys are doing. See if we get a good flow of people in here. It's hard to say if we'll get like a big crew or a little crew or a so-so crew. Always hoping for a good crew of 20 or so people. Today's Sunday. It's generally a good time to go live. That's the best time to go live is like Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something. First commenter of the stream goes to CD. What's up, man? What's up? I freaking drank a coffee. Now I feel tired. I went outside to put air in my tires in my car. Even though it's not running, I still like to keep up with the maintenance, you know. What's new with you? What have you been doing? What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? Before we get a big flow of people from all around the world in here. Talk with you for a little bit. Good old Sunday. Yeah, just cleaning my room. Yeah. Ayub says, hey, what's up? What's up, guys? How's it going? Ugh. I forgot I made Ayub a friggin' moderator here. Right on. Congratulations on being a mod. I see they kind of upgraded the shield. You have a blue shield or whatever on my icon. That's pretty high-tech looking stuff. And I got a chicken in the fridge I got to take apart. I gotta just a little bit of a cleaning day. Man, it's a strong coffee. I can tell. Just taking a sip or two almost give me anxiety. There's so much coffee. There's so much friggin' caffeine. David McMahon says, oh, I need an air transplant. Making me insecure, man. Making me insecure, man. Now I gotta put my hood on. Hey, Mohammed. What's up, guys? What's up, 6 people in the chat? Comment below where y'all from. Please don't make comments about my hair. Please don't make comments about my hair. Do not diss my hair, you guys. Yeah, Jake says, where's my little hat? Hey, Ladin from Iran. What's up, man? You officially got liberated by North America. No, it's fine, yeah. So what's up, 11 people in the chat? Welcome to my live stream. I'm live in New Brunswick, Canada. Today's welfare day, so the vast majority of Canadians are just so happy today. How's it going, guys? What's up? You guys make the content. Comment below. Oh, frig. Look at my nice blue eyes. My nice baby blue eyes. Yeah, so I was live on the horizontal stream earlier. Did any of you guys see me? I don't think so. I'm still not really pushing out the notifications. Like the algo isn't really pushing you guys out to see what's going on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Boring middle-aged YouTuber here. Boring middle-aged YouTuber here. I'm doing fine, you guys. What's up? I'm doing fine. I'm doing super fine. Everything is fantastico. The TV is very boring today. Is the Olympics over? I think the Olympics is over, eh? I feel as though the Olympics is over. Oh, man. What is it about inactivity that like makes us feel lethargic and weak? I got to go to the gym and lift some weights, man. I got to pump it up. I got to start working out. I got to start working out, man. I got to start exercising. Who's new here? Who's new? Looking outside the window right now, I see some sort of service truck. A bunch of lights flashing. I don't know what the heck they're doing. I see they're turning around. I see they got a big shovel blade. IU says, remove the hood. My eye down. What's that? What's up, 5 people in the chat just staring at me? You guys are just as bored as I am, huh? You guys are just as bored as I am. Oh, here comes the truck again. Oh, no, it's a car now. How you guys doing? Oh, my God. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between, like, anxiety and tight circulation. Sometimes if you got tight circulation, it gives you anxiety. Like, I got tight socks on right now. I think it's giving me anxiety. Oh. Where am I from? I'm from New Brunswick, man. Hit the subscribe, bro. Hit the subscribe. Let's get huge. Send the algo some signals that you actually like me. And I actually pay attention to you guys, too, and actually engage with you guys and read your comments, unlike most people. Most people don't. Most people do not do these things. Yeah, I bet they would like that. Yasuri, what's up, Yasuri? It's always the same people on the vertical feed, eh? That's okay though. What the heck is a British cigarette? What the heck is a British cigarette? Do I watch cricket? No, I do not. Do you watch cricket? I take it that. Saibu, who cares? What's my fave movie? I don't know. I don't think I have a fave movie. I don't know. I'm one of those guys. What's your favorite movie, man? Where are you guys from? I got a feeling we got a lot of people from India in the stream. We got a lot of people from India in the stream, eh? You guys from the good part of India or the bad part of India? CD says for some reason the streams weren't notifying. I know, man. I know. They make it tough on purpose. They make it tough on purpose. They're trying to close me out. You banned him. You outright banned him so that he's gone for good or whatever? Frig, man, don't be so harsh. Cars the movie's your favorite? Grob says he's from the good part of India. I knew it. I knew it, bro. Ashish, some people watch cricket. Some people watch cricket. I'm just listening to a show right now called The Electric Playground. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. Like, he's such a nice guy. This guy, he has 90K subs. He just reviews video games. I don't know why he's not more popular. He used to have a TV show back in the early 2000s, and he used to just talk about video games, and it was called The Electric Playground. And it was a good channel. It ran for like 10, 15 seasons. I have no idea how it got funded, but it was not a very popular show, but I watched it like religiously. Sayu says people are so toxic to me. I know, it's crazy. I know, it's weird. I know, I don't find other people troll other people's channels as much as they troll me. I don't know what attracts people to trolling me. Saibu says I put someone in ban for 24 hours. Wow, that seems pretty crazy. Why not just make them quiet for like 60 seconds or something like that? That way they can just watch and they get a little penalization or something like that. But if you ban them for 24 hours, they'll just be back tomorrow. You know, it should be like one of those things where it's like 1 minute, then 5 minutes, then, you know, something like that. Like start small. Don't just outright ban someone and then outright do 24 hours. That's like bad moderating. It means you're new. It means you're new at being a moderator. Oil is spiking, says Shadow. Best to stock up today. Sure thing, Phase. Sure thing, Phase. I'll find you one. I actually know a guy called Phase on YouTube. His name is like Phase Hazan or something like that. He's obsessed with Samus, Metroid and Samus. Am I Christian? No, I'm not. My fuel is up 63. Good for you. Good for you. My fuel is down. I don't have a car, so I don't really need fuel no more. Doo-doo. Face says my mods are going to nuke my views. I know. They're rookies. He's rookies. I got rookie mods in here. But I also got some professional trolls trolling me too, so it balances out. It balances out. I just read comments, talk to you guys. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I enjoy chilling with you guys. You guys give me some sanity, believe it or not. You know, I live in a small town here, maybe 20,000 people, but it's friggin' so quiet. It's like, it's so quiet. Like, it just feels so boring out there. I don't know. I'm missing that connection. I want to feel alive. I want to feel alive again with you guys. It was like minus 20 in my hometown here, pretty much. It was like minus 20 minimum for like 4 months. Exactly, Shadow. He says, good luck to everyone. Thank you, man. Hey, Sazzy, what's up? You know, we got a lot of new viewers in here. And thanks for the 6 likes too, you guys. And for you guys, I see some people commenting in the stream that say, like, why do I not get notified when you're live? It's just tough sometimes. Even if people are subscribed, they're not necessarily going to see my live stream for some reason. It's just how it is when you're a small creator. Mango says, frig, it's almost Monday. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. Why'd you time out Mango? Why is Mango timed out? He just said, frig, it's almost Monday. Don't swear? Oh, my God. He's allowed to swear. I'm going to have to remove you as a moderator, B-Saibu. You're not... 600 seconds is not 1 minute, or 1 minute ago, yeah. Ayub is going to have to remove his... oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, if you're not a professional cop here, bro. It's just a relaxing live stream. If you just ban everybody all the time, it is going to kill the views. John just says, bro, and then he says it's not me. What's up, 12 viewers? Where y'all from, chat? Comment below. Take mod away from all the mods. They're going to ruin your channel, says FaZe. Yeah. Well, maybe not all the mods. You know something, chat? I have like 10 mods. Just that only 1 or 2 is here at any given time. Some of them are more stricter than others, apparently. But yeah, I just removed one. John China. King Vaughn. Who's that? Vaughn the podcaster guy? Is sliding today? What does that even mean? Theo Vaughn the podcaster? Da 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 da. CD says, "Can I be a mod?" Maybe. Maybe I'll think about it. Think about it, CB. There's like two or three subscribers on my channel. That's called CB and CD, and it's kind of hard to lock everybody in who's who in that. Oh yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. As time goes on, you guys will get smarter and better at this kind of thing, you know. You guys will get better. Yeah, this dude here is playing Superman Man of Steel for the original Xbox. Weird game. Man, I miss the days where I would do a live stream and I would get like 50 subs a day and 30 subs a day and 20 subs a day. That was awesome. If you guys are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe, because lately I only been getting like 2-3 subscribers a day, man. It's a kick in the balls, man. It sucks. King Von is dead. He's a rapper, and his friend are going to fight the person. What? Really? What is this like? Is this over in England with the rapper? Is this like a rapper in England? What do you do? Says podcast with Shay Yan. What do? I don't do anything. I'm waiting for robots to take over the world. I'm just a businessman. Sayub says, bro, it's your fault. Podcast says, just talking, question mark. Yeah, it's a vertical live stream, meeting new people, hanging out. I'll give you a thumbs up. Thank you, Superman. I'm actually watching a guy play Superman video game right here off to the side. Da-da. Ayu says I was an OG. Yeah, you can be an OG, but you can't regulate my stream like, I don't know, like you're like beyond serious or whatever, you know. Being a moderator is not meant to be a serious thing. It's just like, let's say like 50 people show up at one time and like 5 trolls say, oh, I hate you, I don't like you, I hate you. You just mute them for like 30 seconds, a minute or something like that. But if they say something crazy, like be over the top crazy, then yeah, you would ban them or whatever. But if they just say something like, I don't know, mildly annoying, you just don't really do anything. There's only 6 people in here. I mean, I'm only 15 minutes into a live stream. There's 6 people in here, and you banned like 3 people and timed out 2 people for 2 days, and you know, and all this stuff. Yasuri says, what's my fave game? My fave game is I don't really have a favorite game either. I've been watching people play Banjo-Kazooie 2. I've been watching people play Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie 2 is a really good game. I think it's even better than the first. I miss the days when they made good games like that. Very, very creative games like Banjo-Kazooie, Voodoo Vince, Spyro, just whatever, man. They were so good back then, those guys, man. They worked so hard. I know, Ayub, I know you keep saying it was just 60 seconds, blah, 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 but there was other times too. There was other times too, bro. You can't hide that. Come on, bro. Oh, man. What's up, 9 viewers in the chat? I know he did. I know Yasuri did 300 seconds and 600 seconds in a day and everything else or whatever, but he seems more quiet. You're more like a jumpy, jump the gun type guy. But, yeah. I know, dude. I know. I don't know why you care so much, Ayub. MB, bro. Can I do a perfect song? No, I can't, dude. I cannot. I cannot, dude. What can I do? I can just live stream, talk to you guys. I barely do anything else. For the whopping 3 people in here. There's Yasuri in here. There's Aim in here. And there's Ayub in here. There's 3 people in here in my live stream. Wow. Talk about reach, right? Talk about reach and breadth and depth and everything else. Oh my God. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Oh, and CD. CD's back. Yeah, crazy. Now CD's in here. There's 2 people in here, it says. My God. So depressing. I feel like everybody's just tired. I don't know. I'm trying to clasp on to what's going on in Canada and with myself and my friends and with my community. I just feel like we're all dusted. I feel like we're all just dusted, man. And I used to not, I don't know, I used to be hopeful. I used to work so hard back in the day. It was crazy. Oh, I can't believe back in the day I worked so hard. 3-4 jobs, gardens, land, trails, business, camaraderie of it all. So much changed in the world since 2019. I feel like I'm looking at it with a fresh set of eyes. Really, so much happened since 2019. It's crazy. But yeah, I see there's 3 people in here, and I don't think that's like recoverable. I don't know why there's not like, I don't know. I just don't know what happened. I went from a concurrent viewers of like 10, 15, sometimes 20 to like 2. Bull says, hey, what's up, Bull? What's up, Bull? Where you from, man? You're catching me on like a down part of the stream. Of course, I'm not really like pumping out any crazy content or whatever too, but I just like chilling and talking to people. Anime says, you have your brand. Exactly, I do have my brand. There's Canada and relationships and the land and all that kind of stuff. That's what I like making videos about. And then I like just hanging out with people, interpersonal stuff, hanging out, that sort of thing. Hey guys, hey I'm me, hey Animal. Yep. I don't feel like talking about religion today, Ham. You says your birthday's in 6 days. Right on, dude, right on. Congrats. Congrats on that. Congrats on that. Da 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 da. Sometimes in El Salvador, the president's unfair. Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's a thing going on in Mexico right now, eh? The Mexico prime minister is a woman. That's very rare. Anime says, do I sell any products? No, not really. But I mean, we could do like one-on-one voice calls and stuff like that if you like want to do e-transfer for like advice and stuff. Could work something out. I could sell some services, I guess. Bull says one song. One song, Bullo, is New Retro Fitness, newretro.net music on YouTube. How about that? Hot dog or sausage? I'm going to go with sausages. More calories. Jesus is not a religion, somebody says. Oh, here we go. All right, see you later, Ayub. Do a backflip. I see we got a young gentleman in the stream asking me Iran or Israel question mark. What, you mean for places that I would vacation? You mean for places that I would go on vacation? I mean, I said it 1,000 times. I said it 1,000 times. I just like to go on vacation. I like to go on vacation in the Middle East, you know. Some of my favorite places to visit is Iran, Afghanistan, Argentina. Why not? Why not? Why not? Bhutan or Cambodia? I didn't even know Bhutan was a place until I did this live stream. CD says, I gotta go. Get you later, man. I mean, there are some beautiful women from Iran, eh? There's some good-looking women. Really good-looking women. Siobhan with the roasting. Dandelion. That's a nice little name. When did Argentina move to the Middle East? Good point. Good point. I was actually thinking about Lebanon. I kind of screwed that up. I was thinking of, all the stuff that goes on in Lebanon, eh? Would you recommend I take a vacation in Lebanon? Would that be safe for a 32-year-old balding white man from Eastern Canada? Below says, David, we shouldn't talk about other countries fighting. Good point. Good point. You never know who's screen recording. You never know in this day and age who makes little clippets of all this kooky little stuff. Even though there's like 9 billion people in the world. And like everybody talks about it daily at this point with the rise of the internet. CC says, hello. What's up, man? Chigma says, bro, what happened to your girlfriend? Well, man, we talked it out, and she decided, she cheated on me with my best friend, bro. She cheated on me with my best friend, actually, man. You know what that's like, eh? You know what that's like. When is my birthday? Rude Boy says, David, don't yell. Mango, you're back. You're back, Mango, after you've been timed out for 15 minutes. You're finally back, bro. Exactly, Chigma, exactly. Cisa says, do I like Gabe? Do I? Bullo says, where am I from? I'm from New Brunswick, man. What's up? Hope you guys are having a nice little chill evening. I know it's boring scrolling on the phones, on the shorts vertical. Yeah, Mango says I'm back because of the bad mods, I know. Never give a young, inexperienced person moderator status. They just wind up banning anyone they don't like, which is pretty much anyone. Anyone and everyone. They're like, protect David at all cost. Mute everyone. Too hardcore. Who would win a fight, a grilled cheese or a taco? How about a taco-flavored grilled cheese? How about that? Yes, sir. He says, damn, bro. Rude says, stop yelling, David, stop yelling. Rude boy, I think you need to turn the volume down. I think you need to turn the volume down on your phone. I think you have max volume. Colombia, pretty good chicks. Right on, man, right on. I love those fiery, smoking hot women. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And all of those ladies, like, come from hot areas. Hot women come from hot areas. Mango says, do I support Trump? Da, 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 da. Yeah. Chigma says, my type is Shakira. Man, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Shakira. I haven't heard of Shakira for a long time. Like the last time she made a song was like 10 years ago. But do you support Trump? Well, I'm from Canada. So, being the Canadian that I am, I support Indians wearing hijabs in Ontario and sleeping in parks and throwing trash in the river. As a Canadian, that's what I support more than anything else. I think Indians have a right to pack up their bags, leave their country, and sleep in a tent in -30 Ontario parks and throw out their Twinkie wrappers in the Hudson River. That's what I think. Trump. Mango, Pango, Bojango. Giovanni says she still got it. Still got it. Okay, they don't wear hijabs. Okay. So unless you're an Indian Muslim, right? There's got to be some Indian Muslims out there, right? Javi says, am I Canadian? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm a Canadian. Chigma says, bro, you hate Indians? No. It's just a joke. It's just a joke, dude. I was just saying it. The guy was like, David, do you support Trump? And he probably left by the time I even got to answer him. And I was just making a joke. I was like, no, man, I support, people from India living in Ontario. It's just a joke. But no, I don't hate Indians, of course. Of course not. Beta says, remember me. Sam says, if you guys don't know, Indians don't wear a hijab. 80% of India is not Muslim. Right, yeah. I mean, the vast majority is not Muslim. Yeah, I would have thought about that. I guess so. Jave says, welcome everyone, buy Pakistani products. Like what? What does Pakistan even make? What does Pakistan make, you guys? Doo-doo, blah, blah says, no hate. You can shave your hair. You can still save your hair. Okay, I'd recommend this and that. Well, thank you, blah, blah, for the recommendation. Thank you for the recommendation, blah, blah. Jaden says, what's up? What's up, Jaden? Mr. Bean or SpongeBob SquarePants. We'd have to go with SpongeBob, man. You know, they came out with a SpongeBob movie, eh? I wonder if it was any good. They either announced it or or a SpongeBob movie recently came out, I think, in December or something. Eh? It'd be pretty cool. Yes, sir. He says most people are mean and some are chill. Yeah, a lot of hot viewers, cold viewers, chill viewers. Thank you, Chigma. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Yeah, it's just that people are looking at me and they're bored, so they say it's like they just talk about what they see or whatever, you know. If I was at like a carnival and there was like a bunch of things behind me, like a bunch of rides and people walking around, you know, people would be talking about that. So it's pretty static though. That's like just me sitting here, you know. It's kind of boring. But, you know, still talking to you guys, engaging with you guys, hanging out with you guys and stuff. So that's normal. That's where we get like nice people, mean people, fly in, fly out. Most people only stick around for a minute or two. Choices. What if you have grandchild? Would you love them? I would only love them if they worked their hands to the bone and became multi-millionaires and then billionaires. That would be my condition for unbridled love. That's my only condition as a 32-year-old white bald man who's living in the middle of Eastern Canada, surrounded by immigrants and from my own friends and family who vehemently hate me with a passion. If I was to have grandkids, the only way I would have a smidgen of care for them is if they were to operate at least 5 businesses and made at least $10 million clear a year and supported my fat, lazy ass. Does that answer your question? Hey? Well, that's the Canadian white picket fence lifestyle. I mean, I wouldn't be much of a Canadian. I mean, as a Canadian, I'm not allowed to love my grandkids unless they're more successful than me. If not, I'll beat them with a fishing pole. With the fishing pole behind me, I'll take the fishing pole and just beat it over their heads. Handmade carpets from Pakistan. Okay, you guys, welcome to the David Duthie live stream. Hanging out with my buddy Javed Hamid. If you guys want to buy some Pakistani handmade carpets, email transfer me a lot of money, and I'm going to try and get you 1 or 2 Pakistani-made carpets, which, of course, you know, was not made with slavery or child labor or any sort of human trafficking or any kind of beatings or whippings or lashings or hatred towards death to America or anything like that. Nothing like that. But you can send me some money and I will be sure to get you a slave-free Pakistani carpet from Pakistan. Just as I have more beard. What's my favorite food? Chicken. Is Canadian a fruit company? And produce hiring employees? No. No, sorry, man. Too good at answering hypothetical questions. Thanks, dude. Yes, sir, he says you don't look like a Canadian. Yeah. I know. That's because the identity of Canadians has fundamentally changed. You know? Here is where I get very, very racist. Should I? I'm just kidding. All right, see you later, Yasuri. Single Shores, where am I from? I'm from New Brunswick, Canada. I have no idea what Chalk Zone even is. I have no idea. What's up, Gas Station Sushi? Love the name. One vote of a man is 2 votes of a woman. That's the definition in Muslim countries. I did not know that. I didn't know Muslim women were even allowed to vote. Man, they're lucky. Those are lucky women. You know, what's next? Driving cars? I mean, we can't let those, we can't let that happen. You know, we got to get automated driving before we let, you know, me old mother take up the transport, hey? Can I speak French? No, I can't. Jeff says Pakistani garments, leather jackets, shoes, furniture, salt, marbles, and many items made from Pakistan. Yeah, salt, that's true, salt. Yep. Pakistani salt. Got to be that Himalayan salt, hey? Neural Robotics. What's up, man? You guys sound like it got an interesting channel name. Can I speak French? Oh, no, not really. Not really. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Well, I hope I have a good summer, you guys. I hope I get some more stability in my life or whatever. I did a lot of walking this winter in the cold, and I've decided that maybe being Canadian is not for me. So I think I'm going to pack up my bags now since I met Jave. I think I'm going to move to Pakistan, and he's going to show me the rug carpet business and the pink Himalayan salt business. I think what I'm going to do is the Muslim men, they don't mind. I think I'm going to look after some of their women for them. You know, I think that, you know, they'll be hacking away at the salt and all that kind of stuff, but I'll be like the foreman of the women, and they'll be making the carpets and stuff, and I'll be walking around. I'll make sure that the carpets get made there. I'll make sure they do a good job, you know, or else, you know, and I'll do that. And I'll do that thing over there in Pakistan. I'll look after the ladies. I'll look after them because this Canada thing is just too cold for me. Sam says, "Oh, yeah, that's funny." I'm gonna buy a bus. I'm gonna take all those Muslim ladies and I'm gonna put them on a bus. I'm gonna drive them out to the middle of the woods. And we're going to do our own little homestead. We're going to do our Canadian, Muslim, Pakistani castle in the boreal forest of Canada. -30, surrounded by coyotes, bears, wild badgers, mountain lions. But we'll make it. We'll make it. We'll be fine. Dear Rajani says, where is my hair? My hair is in the garbage, my friend. I'll wear a turban and mucky sandals. I will. Actually, what I'm going to do is my sandals is just going to be like Africa style. It's going to be like water bottles wrapped up in shoelaces. Do shoelace water bottle sandals, you know, for me. That's my style. I actually got I got some cheap sandals here somewhere. I actually got a pair of sandals for 25 cents. I'll have to wear those hats to cover my bald headache from my anxiety. Minimize my anxiety. Mr. Denter says, will I wear a turban? No turban. Just the sandals. No turban. But maybe I'll just wear a scarf in a certain way. I like to wear the scarf where I wrap it around my head and wrap it around my face. And then I like it like a little bit thick on the top, but it wraps up my face too. That way I get to really scare the coyotes and the deer and stuff like that. Or like that. Like, whoa, I like to be really scary looking. That would be my style. I think that would be my style more so than like the other styles. Are you wearing Pakistani cows? Well, no, some of the clothes, though, for real. Some of the clothes are really beautiful, though. Some of the clothes are really nice, you know. They do got a down pat. Africa clothes, Pakistan clothes, Afghanistan clothes. Some of it is very nice and traditional stuff or whatever. I don't want to make fun of it too much, you know, or religion or something there, you know. I really don't want to make fun of it too much, but, you know, they take clothing very seriously. I just don't take clothing as seriously. Being in Canada, we don't take clothes too seriously. I mean, look at the clothes I'm wearing here. Like, this doesn't look very nice, you know. It doesn't look – it's just a regular clothes. I got some wool here, super thick, you know. Just super thick because it's so cold, you know. Like, Max says, can I spit some tea? Do, 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 do. Yeah, I haven't had curry in a long time. Bro. Can't even remember last time I had curry. But I did have an Indian spice not long ago. I'm trying to think what it was. I can't even remember the name of it. It was like it was yellow anyway. Yasuri's back again. You're back again. Yeah. Sam, really? Is that why it's thick looking? Silk, yeah. Good, Jave, good. Thank you. Canada Cricket. Didn't even know we had a Canadian team. Can I handle spice? Not really, actually. Actually, I can't handle spice too good at all. What's up, CB? Says I'm looking good. Thanks, man. There was another guy in the stream called CB too earlier. Yeah, well, like the winter solstice, how it was like a month or two ago, if I was to live stream at this time, the sun would be blaring in my face and it would ruin everything. But now that it's been like a month or two later, I can film at this angle and it looks okay or whatever. Canadian friends and family should visit Pakistan for tourism. Not sure about that. Why do I feel like I would be starved and half beaten to death if I was just hanging around in Pakistan for tourism? They'd be like, buy my blanket. I'm like, no. And then they beat me. They're like, okay, now buy my blankets. I'm like, okay. And then they still beat me. And then after that, they're like, okay, buy more blankets now. I'm like, I don't have any money left. I spent it all on blankets. And then they just beat me and set my blankets on fire. Canadian cricket played good. Turmeric? Maybe. No, I forget the name. It starts with a C. It's called like columin or something. Cumin spice. Cumin. Yeah, it's pretty spicy, eh? Cumin. Punjabis in their country. Yeah. Does the Punjabi not get along good with Pakistan, or I don't know. So many races, eh? There's so many races out there. It's hard to keep track of who doesn't like each other. Like Ukraine does not like Russia. Israel does not like Iran. Canada does not like the United States. Australia does not like the UK. The UK does not like something else. I don't know. The UK doesn't like, I don't know, the Middle East, I guess, or something. It's like everyone's mad. Everybody's got a reason to not like each other. But yet they still do business with each other for money and everything. CB says the tourists are welcome everywhere. K2 and many worthable places are wonderful. Thank you, man. Thanks, bro. Yeah, cumin, yeah. Cumin has a lot of antibacterial properties, too. Cricket says beggar budget may cross 500. Yeah, that's the thing in Montreal. Sometimes in Montreal, if you give people, like homeless people, too many tips, they'll like threaten to beat you up or whatever. And they'll get pissed off if you stop tipping them. So I can only imagine what it's like in another country if you're too generous. You'll have like 30 people circle around you. Because it's like that in Montreal. You know, really as it is. I remember this one time I walked down Montreal and I give like a whole bunch of people like $50 one time. Oh my God, they were like seagulls the next day flocking at me. Though, you're rich, you're rich. I'm like, no, I'm not rich. I was just being nice that one particular day. Like, relax. My God. They threatened to, you know, take me to an ATM, get me to pull out my money, or else they're going to stab me and all that stuff like that. And I'm like, come on, guys. It's like, I'm not that rich. I was like 16 at the time. I love helping tourists by taking a family picture, says CB. Good for you, man. Good for you. The Enlightened says hi. What's up, Enlightened? Yeah, Muslims 100 feet away, yeah. I did see a Muslim family the other day, and a woman that was like wearing all black or whatever, and she had her like eyes covered. She was wearing like all black there, covering her body there. Yep. And she was eating at Tim Hortons or whatever. She'd have to like she'd pull out her thing and take a little bite and put it right back or whatever. And I seen she had like a purple lipstick on her lips, even though she had like her face completely covered or whatever. The enlightened one says mayonnaise. I look like Prince William. Shh. Shh. Maybe I'm a Prince William Canadian hiding type guy. OG says, hey, what's up, OG? All love around the world, says CB. Yeah, when you take a picture, goes on the fridge. Yeah, straight to the fridge. Yeah, my best tourist. No, it happens. I mean, I worked at tourism places before, particularly the fishing industry here in Canada. There's a lot of fishing, and people tip for fishing, right? Like, say for example, if you work all day fishing for your guest or your client, you know they might give you $100 tip, and you take photos, you put it on the fridge. It's true, it can happen. Of course, you were with the client like all day, right? So, and you next year you see them at the same time, same place, same time, and you have like a client list of tourists you see all the time and stuff like that. You know, anything can be a tourism industry, not just like Egypt, where people walk around the pyramids. So, like, of course, that's a tourism industry, but you know, tourism can be anything, right? In New York, they hop on a bus and drive around and talk about famous buildings. You know, it's tourism is everywhere, right? I talk to you guys so much on here, I could be giving you guys almost tours of Canada at this point. Hey, Gabrielle, what's up? Pretending you're going to run away with the camera. Yeah, really, yeah. Thief! You thief! Oh, God. I know I got a lot of people that steal off me. Just I live in Canada, and I have people steal off me here in Canada, and it's not immigrants that steal from me. It's like my own culture: Scottish people, Irish people, just Caucasian people. A lot of Canadian thieves out there, but it's because they're desperate. You know, they're starving, and they're not. No, they're not really starving, but they're on welfare, and they steal stuff and all that. There, a lot of thieves here in Canada, because of just everything that goes on. John says, how's my day going? Going good. Did I ever see the movie 1 Week? No, never did. You have an English exam tomorrow. What should I do so that I pass? Jeez. I don't know, man. It depends what the requirements are for the exam. It all depends. Jovi says don't send them back to Scotland. Nah. It's probably too hard to survive in Scotland unless you were born and raised there and you got like land claims and stuff like that. But yeah, it's hard to survive in a place like Scotland and that. South Africa says outfit check. 1 Week is about a motorcycle road trip across Canada. Nice Canadian film. Holy crap. I mean, I think it'd be a little bit longer than a week. Like if you factor like Nova Scotia all the way to BC. Yeah, it's a nice place, but it's expensive, you know? Like it's expensive to live in Scotland. No, South Africa, man, be chill. Can you shout out my sister Jada? She showed me your YouTube. She's a big fan. What? Are you sure about that, RNU? Ah, hot dog. There was another person in the stream here called Hot Dog earlier. I was born in Greenock. Where the heck is Greenock? Is that in Scotland? I guess so. Everywhere in the West has become expensive. Yeah, well, I wouldn't really consider Scotland part of the West, right? I mean, I guess so. I mean, there are people who conquered the West. I don't know. I guess Scotland's a part of the West. I just wish every country well, you know. I hope everybody's got nice big factories, produces stuff, has jobs, has money, has land, has something to do. We all need something to do in this world, you know what I mean? There's too much people out there that's just kind of sitting around chilling, which is still fine. It's still fine to chill, you know, but there's got to be that balance. There's got to be balance in life, you know. I feel like we're missing that balance, you know. How do we get that back, you guys? I want that back. Mike Brown says outside of Glasgow. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm David Duthie, and there's a place in Scotland called Duthie's Park or something like that. And yeah, we got some heritage in Edinburgh, Scotland, I guess. And, or Edinburgh or something like that. I guess my family used to make boats, which makes sense because 200 years ago we created boats and then we moved to Quebec, Canada of all places. And some guy, John Duthie or whatever there, is my great grandfather moved down here in the early 1900s, 1800s. And it kind of makes me wonder, what happened to this boat building culture? As in I was born and I was like, well, how come we don't build boats no more, you know? But I guess we never needed to. Ibro says, hey, from Scotland. Now we're getting people from Scotland all of a sudden. I was just making fun of, we were just talking about Iran and Pakistan and that earlier. We had people from Iran, Pakistan, India. Now we're getting people from Scotland all of a sudden. That's cool. It's just interesting how it works, how it just circles around available people. After you guys leave in 5-10 minutes, I'll probably be talking to people from America or something like that. What kind of fishing do I like to do? I like to do bass fishing with the spinning reel, and I like to do fly fishing at a river with salmon. Yeah. Can I dissect the values of Peruvian parliament? No, I cannot. I have no idea there. You lost me on that one. I didn't even know there was a parliament over there. Fly fishing is so cool. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice if you can get the right one. You got to pull the line, get a nice kind of fat line, and then you kind of do a little dance there, and then you bring it back. You bring back the rod at 10, and you let go at 2, right? And then when you let go, that's when the fly shoots out, and probably maybe to 30 feet or something like that. And then when you shoot out at the 2 p.m., you give a little flick like that, just a little flick, and hopefully it makes the fly hit the water in a way that kind of gives a fly-like effect or whatever and entices the salmon to bite. Yeah, Scotland's fire, says Mike. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Let's talk, says, why do you look like you're about to cry? I don't know, I just burped a second ago. Giovanni says, I tie my own flies. Yeah, but I actually had I got this one particular fly on it, and same thing with my spinning rods too, and only 1 or 2 of my rods broke recently. Not broke, snapped, the line snapped or whatever there, from just too big of a fish. So actually I got 50-pound test on my spinning rods behind me to make sure that don't happen again. And never snapped since, but I changed my flies, yeah, but I kind of forget how to tie knots, actually, admittedly. But I just look online, do a YouTube search, tie it again or whatever. But yeah, I kind of forget how to tie knots in a way. But yeah, I tie my own flies, sure. Raging Nixon with the classic diss. Mr. Ved says, I'm looking handsome. Well, thank you, bro. After a nice diss, that's good for a compliment. Diss, compliment, balances out good that way. They say fly fishing is the most pure fishing. Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that, CB, but I would actually disagree in the sense that it sucks if the wind is against you. If the wind is blowing against you and there's not much weight to your fly. You go to cast and it only goes out like 10 feet or 15 feet. It's like, that sucks. That sucks. But if the wind is with you, then you can, then it's good. Then it's good. Fly fishing, it really kind of depends on the wind, I find anyway. It's just my opinion. That's why when you bring like a fly rod, when you bring a fly rod to the ocean and it's windy that day, forget it, man. You're casting, it's like less than 10 feet, 5 feet. It's so bad, it sucks. And then at the same time, if you're like by the rocks, because like let's face it, if you're near an ocean, there's a chances that there's a bunch of rocks because there's like a road behind you. And if it's windy and it's like it's like getting stuck behind the rocks there, it sucks. That's why a lot of spinning rods, they have a lead weight, and then you're able to cast out a lot further, like 50 feet. That's the thing. Yeah. Nice hobby and grounding. Yeah, I like to fish for about an hour or two. I mean, everybody would like to fish for a whole day, but they got other priorities on their mind. Mr. Ved, thank you, bro. Oh, yeah. Sig says I look like Johnny Sings. I heard it all before. Every live stream, people always come up with the same roast. Same roast. It was good for a while, but after 5-6 months, it's like, yeah, you get used to it. You get used to the roast. People are just looking. This is their way of engaging before they scroll away after a minute or two, and then they only come back after like 5-10 times, and then they subscribe once they kind of find their spot to hang out. I guess in a way they're trying to fly fish me in a way or something, trying to get me to bite. Yeah, with the headwind, you got to keep the fly low to the water. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I gotta skip on the water. Would love to see me do a fishing video. Well, thanks, man. Thanks. Well, right now, people are fishing for smolts, and that's ice fishing right now. Over where I'm from, they got like 50 tents there out on the water with trucks and vans and everything, and they're doing ice water fishing right now with like 1-foot rods there. So it's pretty boring. It's not my style. A lot of people there, they go get drunk and they do that. Coley says, good analogy. Yeah, well, of course, yeah. I won't see him unless I am like more consistent with the live streams to get the same roast from the same guy until they kind of stick around. It's always how it is. I don't know. It's predictably boring. But still, it's still worth it. I like hanging out with you guys, though. Really, I do. I like hanging out with you guys, talking, reading comments, all that kind of stuff. You got a good crew of people in here over time. I like that. Yeah. Like that guy Javi or whatever earlier in the stream, he was kind of interesting too. Oh, buy Pakistani carpets. I'm like, yeah. E-transfer me and I'll send you the carpets. And everyone's like, nobody wants the carpets. Crappy advertising. When you click on YouTube, though, everything is so like in your face. Coley says the trolls are good for the algorithm. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I guess so. If they like spam different comments, I guess like that or something like that. But sometimes they're bad too because they derail the stream. They're actually bad in a way if they derail the stream. Like if there's like 50 people in here and they keep saying like negative things over and over and then everyone kind of gets weirded out by it, or whatever. It's when moderators come in and block them or I block them or whatever. But back whenever I was like more popular, like a month or two ago, when I was getting like 2,000 views an hour and, 20, 30 people in here all the time at any given time, and then, yeah, you get a lot more trolls because they're looking for attention, right? They want attention and they want to derail the stream, laugh at you and leave type thing. So, yeah, I remember I had this one troll one time. He had like a robot accounts, and he would send all these robots after me. Oh, my God. He sent me like 1,000 robots after me. Greetings from Maine, says Wake Up 207. Awesome, dude. I would like to move to Maine because I live in New Brunswick. It's not too far away. And they got some cheap houses in Maine, but I'm not really vibing with the location too much. But I like to maybe get some property in the U.S., get a house or get some land in the U.S. But then again, I'm not a U.S. citizen either, so you got to be careful about that stuff here as a Canadian. But I definitely do pay attention to like Maine, and I got some subscribers from New York, and we talk about that side of the states. I like that side of the states. Jeez, I got the hiccups. Oh. Alien Cowboy says Maine is the location of a lot of Stephen King novels. Yeah, well, Stephen King lives there. He lives there. That he does. That he does. I like to be where the action is. Of course, I was in Bangor, Maine for a little while. I think there's nice beaches there in Bangor, Maine. He's the kind of guy who seems like he weirded himself out, you know, staying in that mansion of his. I seen his house. I walked by his house one time, his little mansion there. And he's quite the character, you know. He's kind of a weird dude, you know. Yeah, I think he just weirded himself out, really. I think he estranged himself a little bit from everybody. Even for him, it must be hard. Like, he cannot just leave his house and walk down the road and go for a walk with his, like, 2 dogs, you know what I mean? He'll probably get stopped by a bunch of people, right? Do I like basketball? No, I'm not sure, no. You worked at his house? What? Really? Yeah, isn't it like purple and black or something like that? And it's got like a Castlevania kind of vibe. Not Castlevania, but it's got like a weird medieval kind of vibe to it, eh? With the gates and whatever. Last time I remember, anyway. Excuse me. But yeah, he was very creative for that whole the clown thing. And the whole weird turtle thing and the immortality kind of turtle and these covering stones and crystals and comes back every 20 years. And it just makes less and less sense really the more you get into it. But people are interested by it. You live 10 minutes away from them. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I got a bad sunburn one time in Bangor, Maine whenever I was younger. I remember walking up and down the streets that night too. There was like this weird like sex shop where they sold like leather boots and all that kind of stuff one time for like strippers and whoever else. I remember that. I remember kind of like unique fast food they had out there a little bit. That's about all I remember. I don't really remember too much after that. Wake Up Made says Dirty Dave. Well, I mean, I don't know. I was just walking by. I mean, I was just lost as anyone. I was there on a family vacation. Did I buy a pair? No, but it was an interesting to look at. This was a unique pair. It was super thick at the bottom, and it was spiky. And I remember being a kid, and it was like $300 a pair or something like that. I was like, wow, that's expensive. That looks different. Where the hell would you go with that? Like, where would you walk with that? What would you do with that? It's funny. Yeah, I was like 8 back then. Oh, it's called Dirty Dave's Store. Okay, really? Okay, I thought you were talking about me because my name's Dave. Yeah. What's my favorite Indian dish? Probably instant noodles. I'm trying to think of the name. I can't think of the name. It's like spicy chicken noodles. Yeah, funny how I can't think of the name there. It's called like Emo John or something like that. I don't know. It's got a weird name. Emogi or something. I don't know. But anyway, I think that's enough India questions for today. You know, it was nice to talk to my Scottish viewers. Nice to meet you. Wake Up for Maine. I'm not sure what kind of videos you like to do, but maybe I'll check out your channel sometime. He says WTF, I'm making some. Right on, man. What's the chances of that, dude? What's the chances of that? That's a sign. That's a sign that you made it. That's a sign that you made it to. That you're meant to be here. That you're meant to be here. But talk more in the future, guys. Zol says instant noodles ain't Indian. No, dude. I'm pretty sure it says India style or made in India or something like that. Or Indian something anyway. Trust me, they're not made in Canada, these noodles. They come in like a little blue pack or like a little red pack sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to header you guys. Hit the subscribe because I do go live randomly. So the best chance, you might not even get notified even if you're subscribed, unfortunately. But for the ones that are, they don't usually regret it because then they're able to hang out. Better chance if ever you want to hang out, talk, read comments, chill, shoot the breeze. We'll see you guys later, all right? Bye.